Hello and welcome in Spirit of Life Alchemy. This is a reading for the Venus star point happening today, the 4th of June 2024 at 14 degrees of Gemini. Okay, so let's do some cards and see what the cards want to tell us. So we're going to start off, we're going to use the Sacred Symbols Oracle deck. And then I'm going to use my old Goliath deck, put that on there, and see what we need to know. So what do we need to know for the Venus star point happening on the 4th of June 2024 at 14 degrees of Gemini? What messages from Spirit, please, for the collective? What help, advice, support and guidance can Spirit give the collective to help us navigate these energies for our highest and greatest good? Okay, what do we need to know? Okay, so at the bottom we've got guides. I also notice trust there as well. Then we've got safe travels and spiritual cleansing. Okay, so what I'm getting is, as we travel through life, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, we receive messages from our guides, and our guides help to protect us on our journey through life. Okay, so this sense of our tuning in and listening to our guides can help to protect us on our journey through life. And that sort of what this Venus star point offers is a bit of a spiritual cleansing. We're letting go of old ideas and evolving into new ideas, new way of thinking, of communicating, of expressing ourselves, that are maybe coming from a more evolved position as we've been growing over the last 4 years since the last Venus star point. If anybody's interested in learning more about what all of this means, I'm doing a free masterclass and activation tonight at 7 o'clock British summer time. Drop me an email or go to my Facebook page and send me a message and I can send you the Zoom link to join us. If you've missed it by any chance, still contact me. I can send you a copy of the replay. So let's do some cards and see what we need to know about this energy. So let's see, what do we need to know? What do we need to know for this Venus star point happening in Gemini on the 4th of June 2024? Messages from Spirit, please, for the collective. What help, advice, support and guidance can Spirit give the collective to help us navigate these energies for our highest and our greatest good? What do we need to know? Okay, so we've got the Six of Wands, the old Goliath hive. We've got the Queen of Wands, the cosmic huntress. We've got the Sage, the purification. That's that spiritual cleansing. We've got the Tower, the burning tree. Okay. We've got the Two of Swords, the blind seal, the clarifiers. We've got the Seven of Wands, the determined otter. We've got the Empress, the alchemical mother, ruled by Venus. And we have the Hierophant, the master of keys. Okay, and then what's going on in the subconscious? Oh, we've got the Death card, the metamorphic moth. We've got the Three of Pentacles, the three wise masters. We've got the karmic release, the sacred karmic deer. We've got the Fool, the eternal vagabond. That's where we need to go to. Okay, so where we find ourselves, we've got the Six of Wands here. The El Goliath hive. Okay, the Six of Wands is about victory. Okay, getting to a point of achievement, of conclusion, and that may represent the last 4 years since the last Venus star point, which was on the 3rd of June 2020, when Venus was retrograding, and that was a new Venus. Okay, so we've had this 4-year journey of learning, of getting new understanding, of developing ourselves, and growing and evolving. And we've come to a full Venus. Okay, Venus is direct this time. And it's like a culmination and a crescendo of all of that energy. And if we've been doing the work, it's a victory. The energy that's leaving, we've got the Queen of Wands here. Okay, the cosmic huntress. So for me, the queens are the fixed signs. So we've got the Queen of Wands is fixed fire. Fixed fire is Leo energy. The last Venus star point, last summer, August time, something like August the 13th or August the 16th or August. It was something like that. It was close to the new moon in Leo. There was something like on the 8th we had the 8-8 Lionsgate, and then there was the 13th, then there was the 16th. So I want to say it was the Venus star point on the 13th, then on the 16th we had the new moon in Leo. That's my memory. But anyway, we had the last Venus star point was in Leo. And that was about loving what we create and creating what we love, and then sharing that creation with love out into the world. So as we reach this new Venus star point, that energy's slipping away, and we embody the energy of Venus in Gemini, which is all about our relationships and our connections and our communications and expressions and getting our needs met in relationships, and reciprocity between give and take, and how we communicate that, and how we're learning and understanding about our self-worth and our self-love within relationships. Remember, Gemini is the twins as well. Okay, so there's that aspect. And then what we've got there, foundation, is the sage, the purity. This is that spiritual cleansing. We might find ourselves purging people, connections, relationships, ideas that no longer work for us. Okay, people might be leaving our lives. Okay, they're making space for new people to come in that were on a more resonating vibration with. Okay, sometimes we outgrow people, and you know, it's time for them to leave. So that's one thing. We could be purging ourselves of old ideas around self-love and things like that. Okay, but it's a deep energy because it's spiritual. Okay, what the message from Spirit is the Tower. Okay, the burning tree. So old aspects of our life could be falling away. Old relationships could be falling away. Old connections. As I said before, maybe we've outgrown people. Okay, maybe we've been going in different directions to people that we've held dear in our lives. And at this point, there's that realisation. Don't try and fight it. Let them fall away, because they're making space, as I said before, for new energy, for new counterparts to come into your life. Saying counterparts because, you know, they're on the same vibration and frequency of you. Maybe you and the other person, you know, there was a change of vibration, a change of frequency, and you're no longer counterparts. Okay, so yes, could be sudden change, sudden falling away. And you may feel lost in the immediate period, unsure which way to go. The Two of Swords here, the blind seal. This, when we don't know what to do, it's time to pause. Okay, the Venus star point is happening in the dark of the moon. We're moving towards that new moon in Gemini on the 6th. So this time is a pause time anyway. So pause, release what needs to be released, and then ready to start moving forward with the new moon. The clarifiers and the Seven of Wands, the determined otter. So look at your boundaries at this time. You may have to stand up for yourself and defend yourself, but definitely have good boundaries to support your self-love, your self-worth, self-value, self-esteem, etc. All those Venus themes. Okay, with that we've got the Empress, the alchemical mother. The Empress is ruled by Venus. Okay, coming back to our divine feminine energies. Venus embodies our divine feminine energies. And yeah, that creativity. What are you creating now from this Venus in Gemini energy? It's time for new creations. Okay, as we evolve with the energies. And then we've got the Hierophant, the Master of Keys. And again, I'm taken back to that spiritual cleansing and the Sage, the Purity card. So in the old sort of traditions of the Hierophant, it was about there being a gatekeeper between you and spirituality, between you and learning. How I see the Hierophant is that we're our own gatekeepers. We can walk through life with one foot in the spiritual realms, in the subtle realms, in the 5D, and our other foot in the 3D and the physical realms, and be our own spiritual guru, our own spiritual guide, our own inner teacher. Can you tell? I practice shamanism and things. Oh no, you don't need any of them. You can do it for yourself. Live in both realms. Can you tell I'm a Gemini as well? I live in the physical realm, and I equally live in the spiritual realms. And for me, I couldn't imagine living any other way other than being in the subtle and in the physical. And, you know, the whispers of spirit in my ears while I'm walking the physical path. And actually passing those messages on to people that listen to me, that watch me, that join me. So yeah, we're cleansing. Spiritual cleansing is part of taking back our power, our spiritual power, and knowing our self-worth, our self-love and everything, and our creations. So what's going on in the subconscious? We've got the Death card, the metamorphic moth. So again, coming back to Gemini, all the planets. So I think it was Sedna first, then the Sun, then Venus, then Jupiter, and then yesterday Mercury, all passing from Taurus into Gemini. And as they've done that, they've made air trines to Pluto in Aquarius, transforming us at a soul level, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, our core identity. And so we've been going through this transformation. And then also at a much larger level, I don't know how much you feel in your own lives, but I know for myself, I feel that I'm in the midst of a whole bigger metamorphosis that is completely changing the blueprint, the gold print of who I am, and that is integrating it, what it feels like I'm doing, what I'm being shown that I'm doing, is that I'm consciously integrating my interdimensional, infinite being of love and light into my physical body, which feels a bit bonkers. It feels a bit bonkers talking about it. She's a bit bonkers, isn't she? What's she talking about? But it's part of that transition into the new age. We're all going to be able to do it. I think I'm feeling it at this level because I've consciously been working with it for so long. And also I've just done the last 15, no, not 15 years, because it's 6 degrees of Capricorn, my 4th house. So my 4th house of my roots and my core, and sort of where I've come from, is most of Capricorn and then into Aquarius, half of Aquarius. So it's like I've done all the old self and the old paradigm of me, including, endless ancestor work and things like that. And now as Pluto has stepped into Aquarius, it's like, okay, so you've cleared all that. You've done your spiritual cleansing. Now you're integrating all this higher frequency, ascended part of yourself. Okay, so that's the only way I can describe it. So yeah, there's this much bigger metamorphosis going on, and I know I'm not the only one. I'm sure that sort of all of us who have said yes to it and are open to it are going through the same thing. It's coming into unity consciousness. I think I talked the other day about the headless chickens, and we're having our heads sewn back on. We're evolving into new consciousness. We're calling back in our light bodies. We're calling back in our love bodies, and that's the future. That is the new Earth frequencies. That is the age of Aquarius, and we're all doing that at our own speed and our own rates. For me, since the last few months of last year, first of all, I just saw it outside of me, and saw this part of me, and just gradually it was getting closer and closer and closer, and now it's actually integrated into my body. Not really sure what to do with it or anything, or how to use it or what it means. But yeah, just now integrating and starting to embody it. And again, this actually goes back to work I started in 2020, unlocking my quantum powers. I did a course with Dr. Jean Houston. I'd been wanting to do it forever before then, and finally with lockdown and everything, I had the money and the opportunity to do that. And it's like, right, that's the first thing I'm going to invest in for myself. And so this last 4 years has very much been about unlocking that quantum self, the quantum part of myself. Last year, I got myself attuned to quantum energy healing. And now with my other practices and everything, it's a real sort of how this all fits together. What is emerging within me on one level is something that I'm calling quantum soul medicine, which at the moment I'm still working that out as well, practicing on friends and things, and seeing how it all fits together, and sort of how I can be of service to the world with all of this. Which that's just another connection. So, oh my God, just recently, just this sense of existing outside of time and space. It's like just being disconnected and disconnected from the day to day. It's like sort of time's dissolving. I have these lists of should do this. I don't like using the word should, but to-do lists of in the 3D world, how I'm supposed to run a business, how I'm supposed to do this. And I've just been journaling about it this morning, about sort of just this inability to actually exist in that world, and seeing myself slipping further and further away from it. And I was posing, when I was journaling this morning, I was posing the questions of, so what if I just stop? What if I just surrender and stop trying to keep up with all this? Because it is not working, I'm failing at it. But if I'm failing at it, there's a reason for that. It's not fitting me. And so, yeah, let's just surrender to it and see what happens. So stay tuned. I'll update you when I do know what's happening with it. But yeah, this sense of just not being able to keep up with this. It's almost like it's moving away over there and I'm sort of going in this direction. So disconnected, disengaging, that was the other D word I was trying to find. The sort of, no longer existing or in that way. Whatever that means. Because I'm still here, I'm still physically real in the world. Well, I think I am. But yeah, there's a metamorphosis going on. Okay, so anyway, back to the reading. If anybody knows, feels the same, or something similar, please let me know in the comments, because it'd be interesting to know other people's experiences. It's like, I do feel, often I have a sense of things. So 2019, it's like I could feel the old paradigm collapsing about 12 inches behind me. Literally, I could just feel it all folding in on itself behind me. That's how close it was. And I remember talking to a friend at a festival and going, do you know, time's collapsing behind me. It's about 12 inches behind me, collapsing in. And then obviously at that point we knew nothing about what was going to happen in 2020. And how all of that has unfolded, and how, everything's changed and is changing and evolving as it is. So yeah, I often have this sense, and I feel it. When I say I see it and feel it in my energy field. Okay, so that was then. Now it's like a disconnection and moving away from that very 3D existence. Which is, it's quite exciting. Not sure where I'm going, but I would love to hear if anybody else is experiencing anything like this. They have to keep reminding myself that, if that isn't working for me anymore, there's a reason why it's not working, and to stop trying to cling on to it, to let go and trust and see where sort of this thing goes. Okay, so yeah, that's the reading, Metamorphosis. And then the next card, we've got the Three of Pentacles, the Three Wise Masters. And when I turned this card over, what I got was the Venus theme of connections. Okay, Venus is all about how we connect in relationships, in partnerships, in sisterhoods, in brotherhoods, possibly. Not thought of that before. Being a woman, it's like in connection with others. Let's just leave it there. And the thing that's been emerging for me over the last few months about the Three of Pentacles, and in terms of connection and collaborations, is how the synergy of people coming together works. Okay, so a synergy is an outcome that's greater than the sum of the parts inputting. It's like a dynamic energy that sort of, you spark off each other and you create something that's bigger than any of you could have created on your own. So there's that. So that really, it feels like it's tying in with the Three of with the Venus Starpoint energies. Then we've got the karmic release, the sacred karmic deer. So that, again, with that death card and that release, we're being released from karma. oh, you know, sort of if we've done the work, doing the work and everything, showing up every day, we're being released. Okay, it's falling away. We're ending soul contracts. We're completing, healing collective wounds, healing ancestral wounds. You know, we're doing the work of bringing that all to completion, which then brings us to the full, the eternal vagabond. Okay, and I'm seeing that with as the universe burns away our old life and the old paradigm, we have no option but to jump, viva la revolution, into the abyss of the new, trusting that we're going to land somewhere soft, we're going to be supported, and that the safe travels, and trusting our guides. It's all there. Okay, so anything else I want to say? Not at the moment. I'm just going to pull an Art of the Sacred Wheel card to sum up this reading. Okay, let me put that in. That was 29. That was 3. That was innocent. Okay, so let's see. What do we need to know for the Venus star point in Gemini? Excuse me, happening on the 4th of June 2024. Messages from Spirit, please, for the collective. What help, advice, support, guidance can Spirit give the collective? Help us navigate these energies for our highest and greatest good. What do we need to know? Is you. Okay. But I also want you. Okay. So the first one I pulled was number 1, see the truth of a rising beauty. This is what's emerging. Okay, this is the resurgence. This is us emerging in our full light, love, unity consciousness. And then we get number 24, bursting free. Beyond your limitations. Well, if that's not a message of your quantum self, I don't know. But it's what we're releasing. We're releasing all the limitations of the 3D. And going, connecting more in with our quantum self. I completely do believe we are moving towards being interdimensional, manifestors, you know, instant manifestation, which when you've cleared the karma, when you've got to that energy vibration and you no longer have to do the work to get from A to B, because, you know, you're already at that frequency and you can just magnetize things in. And that's just a little bit of it that I can see. You know, it's probably much bigger, massive than that. But that's just the little bits that I've been shown. So that's your reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's resonated for you. If it has, as always, please do like, share, subscribe. If you like a personal reading from me, I laugh because would you like to dive into more of this? See where you are in this evolution? Email me at the email address below the video in the descriptions box. If I haven't already said, I can't remember, I am doing a free masterclass and activation for this Venus star point, 7 p.m. Tuesday the 4th of June 2024. Email me or message me on my Facebook page. If you do miss it, see this after it's happened, still message me, I can send you a replay of it, and we're going to dive deep into this Venus star point, what it means, and also do an activation so we actually, you know, can work on a more conscious level with those energies. So if it sounds like something you'd like to learn more about or interested in, you know what to do. So thank you for watching. And until next time, from the bottom of my heart, in deep love and gratitude, thank you.